Welcome back, everyone. We always like to let you know about organizations that we find in our community that really benefit the people in our community. And we came across one that I hadn't heard about before. Did a little research on it, and a couple of things happened. The name of the organization is Homes for Heroes. Then I find out that the person that's involved with it, I know for a better part of a decade.
Yes, we have, yes.
This is Heidi
Time
Ives.
flies.
Yes, who's a financial expert in lending?
Lending, mortgage lending, yep.
Yes, that's right. We won't tell you what bank it is, but without Heidi, my wife and I wouldn't have our summer home. So
It's all
thank you.
good, yes, you're
Thank you
welcome.
very
Absolutely.
much.
Glad you're enjoying it.
And Violetta Kodolak.
Yes.
That's Polish, by the way. My attempt at sounding like I know what I'm talking about.
You did great.
Who's a real estate professional. And they're both connected to this organization in some very interesting, fascinating ways. But you know what? I want to start because I know plenty of people out there, Heidi, like myself. I was like, Homes for Heroes, what is that?
Right.
So tell me what the organization is.
So the organization, Jesse, basically it started after 9/11. It was established, and it was a way to help heroes in the community, not just veterans, because obviously we want to help them as well.
Yeah,
But
sure.
in addition to that, first responders, folks in the healthcare industry, teachers even, or if you're working for a school, those that give selfishly, and sacrifice so much every day, and we want to be able to do the same for them. And so it's a reward that they would get that by being associated with the Homes for Heroes that we can give them a reward for that in their service.
Let's cycle back in that because in our communities, we actually have quite a few heroes.
Yes, we do.
Because that would take in firefighters,
Yes.
correctly, and the teachers. And I think you had told me before we got started here that people that are connected to the education system.
Correct. Not just teachers.
Not just teachers themselves. But of course, healthcare workers,
Yes.
that would be, and
EMS.
veterans, of course, the one that comes to mind almost immediately.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So this organization then recognizes these first responders and these people in our community who constantly give back again. And what's the nature of the program?
The nature of the program is when you purchase or sell or refinance a home, you get a reward. So for me as a real estate professional, if they buy a home, they get a check back after closing within 30 days. Also, they can add that towards their closing costs if they choose to. And if they sell a home, they get a discounted real estate fees at the closing.
On the mortgage side, we would help them towards their closing costs. We would give them a lender credit or something to help them on the mortgage side. And
Got
then of those commissions that we're giving back, a certain percentage is retained through the Homes for Heroes Foundation that I know we'll get into talking about. And that foundation gives back to local heroes and charitable nonprofit organizations to maybe help veterans build communities, tiny house communities, and all throughout the country they're doing this. So it's really super exciting, and the fact that we can do a little bit to help out and help local heroes is we feel blessed by that.
I tell you, I'm stunned by it, actually. You hear about so many different kinds of organizations, but this one has such a direct impact, right? Because when you think about, you buy or sell a home, that's probably one of the largest investments, purchases that you'll ever make in your life.
Right.
And let's face it, when you're talking about first responders and you're talking about local heroes, I mean, God bless people at the top of the stock market, but we're
Yeah.
talking about people that really earn their livings, right?
That's right, absolutely. I mean, again, they're giving so much each and every day to help others. So if we can help them out a little bit, they get that check, after closing, and however much it might be, we can help them estimate how much that is. But basically, to see them and the excitement that they have, they're taking money out of their bank account that they've been earning for months to save up to buy a house or
That's right,
whatever.
sure.
And so when we're giving them money back, it's really exciting and it's rewarding for sure, and it's just a little piece because they've given so much. So it's just really a little piece of what we can give.
And also it's
we're
a
proud to
help
do it.
for them because
Yeah.
let's say they don't have enough money for closing
That's
fees.
right. I was just thinking that.
Right?
Go.
They can use that rewards towards closing fees. They don't have to get a check after, although that's probably very nice too. They can use that money for a first mortgage payment, refinish floors, new appliances, whatever they choose to do with that money. But it is a help for them as well at the closing if they choose to.
Yeah,
Well, again, anybody in any of the professions that we're discussing, generally, money is not the reason that they're involved in those careers.
Right. Yeah.
You know
it's
what I
a
mean?
Passion, for
It's a
sure.
passion,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden this organization pops up. Now, the national organization started right after 9/11.
Correct.
Obviously, that makes sense, you know,
Right,
and
right. Yep.
people's awareness was heightened for first responders
Right.
and the sacrifices that people make. When did the two of you get involved regionally here?
Just about a year ago, we came across this program and we just thought it was just a wonderful program and a way for us to say thank you for all the heroes that we have in our community.
Right.
And we haven't found anything like this in this area.
That's
so
right.
we just wanted to be a little bit different and
Make a
be
difference.
the only
Yep.
ones that make that difference in this area with this program.
Right, and I think you were telling me, Heidi, Saratoga and Warren
Warren
counties,
County,
right?
yep, pretty much. I mean, that's the areas that the two of us primarily serve.
Yes, right.
But definitely even down as far as, you know, Albany and the capital region as a whole are
Oh, got it,
typically,
okay.
you know, where we would get that information. But definitely, as far as her, you know, Viola and I, the majority of the folks that we're helping are right here in Saratoga and Warren County.
Gotcha, okay. And we do a lot with veterans and
Yep.
not-for-profit organizations, so we're very familiar with especially
Right.
in
Yeah.
what Saratoga and Warren County. However, if someone were in Washington County or down Clifton Park or
Yep.
the southern tier,
Correct,
they
we can
could,
help them.
you can help
Yes.
them as well.
Absolutely.
You're going to see information on the screen about this. Please, you can contact the organization, and then, of course, you'll find exactly how to reach them. How's it been so far?
Really good. I mean, you know, we're trying to get the word out. I mean, we just,
Yeah, sure.
because we feel like that savings is so substantial, that reward is so substantial, and these folks are out there doing so much for us. It's almost like we're so excited. And when we have heroes that we're telling them about this program, they're just like, wow, I'm entitled to that. And I'm like, absolutely.
And a lot of them think it's just for veterans, but it's not.
Yes,
when
right.
you hear all those
true.
stories, they think, oh, Homes for Heroes, that's probably just for veterans. It's really not. It's just so much more than that. And just to give you an idea, since we started, every single person that we've helped, every single hero that we helped, saved between $1,500 and $2,500 on a purchase.
Wow.
Which
That's
I
what the
think
reward they got. Yep.
I think it's a wonderful.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sure a story comes to mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody that you might have met.
Yeah, well,
that-
I think, you know, what kind of, the one that I'm thinking of is, you know, our customers that we had that worked in the hospital, and one was a cook.
Yes.
And one
yeah,
was a nurse, basically, and they met each other at the hospital. And they were really, you know, they just needed a very modest home and very low down payment. And I mean, they actually kind of forgot about the reward, quite frankly. And at
Oh,
the
yeah.
end, we have this big check, like a dry erase, but it's like a
That's
big
right.
check. And we had it filled out and the amount on there. And they were like, we're getting that money? And we were like, yeah. And they were like, wow, it almost... It's pretty, I mean, it's awesome anyways, helping somebody achieve the dream of buying a home,
Oh,
right?
sure.
And they were
You-
first-time
you-
home buyers.
both of you see that firsthand.
Absolutely.
Well, then we
Yeah.
have a client that was a single mom of,
Yep.
Yeah,
of four
sure.
kids. I mean, a wonderful, wonderful person that is she's an educator.
Yes.
What a sweet person. And being able to help her achieve that goal of purchasing a home and then giving her the reward, that was special. I think that was very
Yeah,
special.
and we have a single woman right now that we're working with down in Albany, actually, and she works in a correctional facility, and she's in law enforcement. And so, I mean, we see it all spectrums,
That's
you
right.
know? So it's pretty awesome.
You know,
really
it
is.
goes right back to something we were saying early on, that, you know, if someone chooses a profession to be a teacher, you know, this is kind of a personal thing, but, you know, when you think we live in a society where someone's like a teacher, instead of that exalted position that really goes with what the idea of teaching is about.
Right.
And then you think about our firefighters, and you think about our police, and you think about veterans, of course. You know, really find out about this. If you're a first responder, if you're one of the categories that we're mentioning, you're going to see the information on the screen. Find out about it. It's something you deserve. It's something you've earned. And here's this program sitting right here. And of course, I don't find it unusual at all, Heidi, that you would be behind something like this.
Well,
you know?
we appreciate the opportunity, Jesse. You know, everything that you're doing to get the word out about so many great organizations out there, and we appreciate our opportunity to tell others about it too. So thank you for doing that and taking the time to do this with us. We appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Very nice to meet you, Viola.
Yes, you as well. Thank you
And
so much.
great to see you again,
You
Heidi.
too, Jesse.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
To see this interview again, pass it on to your friends. Go to looktvonline.com.